one's going to be about Keybinds. Now my DK's PV at the moment, but I'm just using him as an example because he's probably got better key. But anyway, basically I'm just going to speak other people's keybinds. I'm just going to give recommendations to keys, my recommendations, and see which keys go with each spell for you, which ones are comfortable for you. So basically, for me, I like using my main spells around. If you look at your keyboard, there's, I don't know what to call it, so if you look at your number 1 on your keyboard, the left of that, I use that for quite regularly. I use up to 1 to number 6, but some people don't like pressing 6, it's uncomfortable for them, so some people play 5, just you choose. So yeah, from that to 6, and then I also use Q, E, R, T on my keyboard. I use S as well because I don't need to backpedal. And I use F, G. I also use V, C, X and Z, and the thing on the left of Z, I don't know what to call that, it's like backslash. So yeah, I also have a Razer Naga, so I have loads of numlock buttons set. I have a middle mouse button. I have 2 mouse buttons and then 12 numlock buttons. So if you don't have a Razer Naga, just use the rest of your Naga buttons, and then you can start using Alt to all the keyboard buttons that I just told you. So you can start using Alt to them, like Alt 1, Alt 2, Alt 3, so on. And you can use Alt and Shift to them, and Shift and Alt to your mouse buttons as well, and you just fiddle around with it a bit. And basically, yeah, so that's it, and I'm just going to show you what keybinds I have. So the Soul Reaper, I have the thing that I was talking about on the left of the one on your keyboard. It's a dot. So yeah, I use that for Soul Reaper. So I just press that on my keyboard and Soul Reaper happens. Right, and then number 1 on my keyboard is Frost Strike. Remember, I'm dual wield, so it'd usually be Obliterate, but yeah, at the moment it's Frost Strike. And then it's Howling Blast for number 2, Plague Strike for number 3, Necrotic Strike for number 4, Chains of Ice for number 5, and Icy Touch for number 6. And then we've got Death and Decay for Q, Pestilence for E, Mind Freeze for R, Death Grip for S, Strangulate for F. Now these would be different, like Q and E. I wouldn't use these for these two, it's just for PvE you use a lot of AoE stuff, so that's why I'm keybinding them quite close. And then for my backslash, I've got Dark Sunlichrum, I've got Blood Bowl for Z, Remorseless Winter for X, Outbreak for C, Death Strike for V, Horn of the Winter for Alt 1 on my keyboard, and then Alt 2 is Path of Frost, Alt 3 is Obliterate. I wouldn't have Obliterate as that, but because I'm dual wield, I don't use that. Alt 4 is just some macro that I have. Alt Q is my Death Pact Ghoul Heal. Alt E is my Plague Leech. Alt X is some item that I use at Blast a Rocket at people. You get it from Pingatron 5000, I think it's called. And then Shift E is my like well-fed kind of drink thing. Symbiosis is Shift Space on my keyboard, so you can use that as well. It's a pretty good keybind. And then Control Space as well, which is cancel Hand of Protection. And then middle mouse is Death's Advance, Naga 7 is Deathgate, Naga 8 is Raise Ally, Naga 9 is Raise Dead, Rune Forging is Naga 0, and one of my mouse buttons, mouse button 4 for my Naga is Icebound Fortitude. Every Man for Himself, which is your PvP trinket, is my Naga button 5, and now my numlock one, which is number 1 on my Naga, that's Anti-Magic Shell. Number 2 on my Naga is Anti-Magic Zone. Number 11 on my Naga is Revive Battle Pets. Number 12 on my Naga is Hearthstone. Shift 1 on my Naga is I forget what you call it, Army of the Dead, and Shift 2 on my Naga is Control Undead. Number 3 on my Naga is stance change. Number 4 on my Naga is my one-shot macro kind of thing, you know, Pillar of Frost and stuff, I call it Reap. Naga 5 is Empower Rune Weapon. Naga 6 is Death Coil. Shift 4, I think that is. Shift Naga button 4. Is that? No, Shift Naga button 3, sorry. Is Empower Rune Weapon. And Alt middle mouse is my mount. Shift middle mouse is for my focus. And H is blood tap, but I actually use that in macro, so I don't even really use that. So yeah, they're my keybinds. You shouldn't really copy people's keybinds, you should just use your own. Just use all the things I said, all your main spells closer to you on the keyboard, and you know, use other spells on your mouse if you have any mouse buttons. Now you should have minimum of a middle mouse, to be honest, but most mice have them these days. So yeah, thanks for watching, and this was just a nice short one. Just basically telling you about keybinds. If you don't keybind, you really need to, especially in PvP, because yeah, it really improves your play. Now, just because you're not used to your keybinds, don't stop keybinding, because I had that problem a couple of years ago when I started keybinding, and it was hard to get used to them, and you ended up just clicking again. Don't do that. Just, it can take time. It can take minutes, hours, days, maybe even weeks. So you know, just be patient, and eventually you shall get the hang of them. Maybe only keybind a few spells to start with. Just you know, keybind more spells as you get along. Just get used to it. So yeah, but I just keybinded everything at once and got used to it. But that's just me. You know, just do your own thing, do your own comfortable keybinds, and yeah. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and peace.